Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Books. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience with Sailorfest 2026, which wrapped up a few days ago, and just kind of how that was for me, that experience there. For a bit of context, this is my third ever event for Rob's Books, and also the first convention that I went to, and also the first 3-day convention I've been to. So it was definitely a new experience, but a fun one. So let's go ahead and get into it. So starting off with day one, which was on Friday, we got there and pretty much, just set everything up. Although we got there pretty early, so we were sitting there for a few hours before the event actually started. It gave me some time to kind of explore around the general area right beside my booth area. And also, actually, I'm gonna go and show my booth area off. So this is what my area looked like, my vendor area. So the table was skinnier than I originally thought it was gonna be, but we were able to still make it work. In fact, I'll also show you a picture of the test setup we did the day before the event, where we used a little bit of a wider table. And you could see there was a bit of room there. So it actually ended up working out because the skinnier table just meant we had a little bit less space. But again, there was already extra space on our test setup. So it kind of actually ended up working out. And we did end up putting cupcakes here as well. I'll get a bit into that later, but yeah, this is basically how it looked for the whole event. Very little changed about it. There were some minor differences. Oh, there was also the iPad that I had that was showing my trailer at Pumpkin Fest. We had that for a bit on Saturday, but I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So let's just talk about how the 4 hours went. So Friday, there was 4 hours that the vendors were open for. So yeah, honestly, it went all right. It was cool. Some people came by. We had the spinner wheel. This was introduced at this event at my booth, so people were doing that. So yeah, it was cool. Not really a whole lot to write home about, other than that I got to meet some pretty cool people on this day that I would also see continuously as the event progressed. So that was cool. So there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about for Friday, but it was still cool. I was kind of getting a feel of how this event was gonna be, and it was a pretty cool vibe. Honestly, I was enjoying it. Oh, and there was also this giant TARDIS. Very very cool. Took a picture with it. So yeah, that was cool. But Saturday is actually where things get interesting. So let's go ahead and move on to Saturday. So moving on to Saturday, day two, we pretty much just ate breakfast and then went back down to our booth. So yeah, not much to say there. So Saturday it was from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It did not feel like that though. It went by fairly quickly. Not a whole lot to say there, but some pretty cool stuff happened this day. So obviously a lot more people came by, more spinner wheel shenanigans, and sold a few books. But yeah, there was this vendor that was called Hyperspace, and basically they are a punk rock band. So if you think of like Weezer or Green Day, it's like that. Really cool stuff. You can see here in the picture just the different like aesthetics. It really was a cool aesthetic to me, like the sci-fi alongside the retro stuff. It was like pretty cool, honestly. And in fact, actually, here's the funny thing: one of the band members actually bought one of my books, so I appreciate that. By the way, if one of the band members are watching this video, or maybe the one who bought my book, I just want to go ahead and say again, thank you. I really do appreciate you buying one of the books. But in return, my mom actually bought me one of the vinyl records because she was there that day for a little while. So, yeah, I kind of wanted to show support. It was pretty cool. So, yeah, I actually listened to that vinyl as well. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. That was cool. They also did perform later in the day. I went in there briefly, but very loud music, and I didn't have earplugs, so I didn't stay there long. But still, pretty cool stuff for sure there. So that was definitely one of the highlights of that day. Alongside that, later in the day, when it was a little bit less busy, I also went ahead and bought some stuff as well, because there were some cool vendors there. So yeah, I'll go and show some of the stuff I bought up here. Not a whole lot, but just wanted to show my support for some of the vendors. So yeah, and another local author as well. So yeah, that was all cool. So that was the main things. Again, we did pretty well that day, but yeah, it was cooler just getting to actually go around the event and seeing the different things. So that was really the coolest part, honestly, for me. But it was also cool getting to sell some more stuff and meet some new people. So yeah, that was cool. So that was day two, Saturday. But let's go ahead and move on to the final day, which is day three. So day three, Sunday, was the final day of the event, and this one was 5 hours long. Went from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And shockingly, this was my best day out of the three. and it was like not the shortest, but I mean it was much shorter than Saturday, which was 9 hours. So you'd think, okay, well, maybe I'll sell a couple extra books, be done. I actually sold the most this day. I'm not going to say exactly how much, but it was quite busy early on that day. So, yeah, did pretty well there. I explored a couple other things. There was this Cosmic Lounge. Basically, they turned one of the bigger hotel rooms into this lounge area. It was cool. It was a vibe for sure. So that was fun. And then, of course, people left that day, so I said my goodbyes. And yeah, again, we ended off that day doing pretty well. And then we went home that day after the third day of the event ended with the vendor hours and stuff. That was honestly a pretty good day, mainly business wise. I think Saturday was the best when it came to actually exploring the event and stuff, but Sunday definitely was best business wise. So overall, Stellarfest 2026, although it was a smaller event, it was still a very fun time, honestly. Like, I loved getting to explore the different vendors and booths during the less busy hours and getting to buy some stuff from them as well, show my support and meeting people. That was also really cool. Again, Hyperspace, that was a cool little smaller punk rock band. It was just cool getting to see these different people and the vendors and stuff. That was a really cool experience, and just getting to experience the event as a whole, selling stuff, but also getting to actually go around and buy from others as well. That was a really cool experience. So I want to thank Stellarfest again for allowing me to be at their event as a vendor. Again, I really do appreciate it. It was a really cool experience, and yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna come back next year. It was a really cool time. So yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video, guys. So I'll see you guys next time.